3, 2, 1, Porsche.
Porcupine.
Hey guys,
Maximum
it's
Overdrive
the
was a mistake.
ShinyCast special episode Maximum Overdrive that may or may not be part of what we just had.
Watched the movie 10 minutes ago.
We just watched Maximum Overdrive, everybody, and it was a movie.
I think I'll sum up everybody's thoughts.
You know what? I think having other people reacting to it, it was fun.
Yeah.
I never want to watch it again.
Yeah, this was more fun than last time we watched it because it was just a fun group experience. But this movie is bad. This movie is
it's supposed to be a horror film. Stephen King's coked out of his mind.
Yep.
He didn't know what he was doing. It was so beautiful.
I kind of forgot like halfway through that it was supposed to be a horror movie and just kind of treated it like an action comedy.
Yeah. Like, it's one of the... As a horror movie, it's one of the worst ones I've ever seen. And as an action comedy, it's not much better.
Okay, James, but to be fair, how many horror movies have you seen?
Like 10.
I was going to say, is it just supposed to be Maximum Overdrive?
Yeah.
No, that's me.
Yeah, Patrick's the one who hasn't seen any horror movies.
Oh, Patrick.
Yeah.
You sweet summer child.
Oh, boy.
You sweet, unadulterated child.
So, I mean, basic plot there. The Earth passes through the tail of a comet that causes machines to come alive, which then takes over all the trucks in the world.
Not just trucks, machines as well.
That's what I said.
Oh, my bad.
I let in with that. That's what I'm getting at. Concept-wise, that actually is pretty cool because you could do a lot with that. All they do is do the trucks. There's like a little bit in the beginning. Like there's a scene where the electric knife takes control and starts cutting up the woman. Okay, that's a good scene. That's a good moment. Do more stuff like that, but they kind of stop. And really, the only time something like that ever happens again is when the power goes out at night.
The arcade death was pretty cool.
Okay, yeah, that was fun. I feel like they could have made it a little better too, because the guy was loaded up with a bunch of cigarette boxes and everything. You shock that guy with electricity, you could light every individual cigarette up too and just have him burning.
That would have been
have
cool,
him ignite.
Yeah.
That would be
And
nice.
they also had a literal steamrolled too, in front of another kid who was the main character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a soda machine at the beginning that like hit the guy in the balls. Well, I wonder if that seems like one like the soda just like smacked like into like a pool behind him, and then one just gets like a good clean shot at his head and just blows it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like they just could have gotten more creative with the kills in general.
Yeah,
like a lot.
Because you gotta think, this was 1987, right?
86.
80. Okay. Well, I mean, by that point, you still had a good chunk of Friday the 13th. You had like the first 2 Elm Streets, I think, by that point. They could have done more creative kills like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's to say with the set they had with the truck stop, there wasn't too much they could really think of. I mean, how are you going to kill someone with a truck? You run them over.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
like, you could get slightly more creative.
Guy eats a guy.
Well, that's just been mentioned having a mask on your truck. You could just think cool, like, have it, like, do a drift and just smack him with the actual, like, trunk part of the truck.
Yeah, why did they stop with just having the one truck have a neat design? Like, why didn't they give more of the trucks?
I think that was just to make the Green Goblin truck just be the big bad truck.
Yeah. What was the budget for this movie?
Give me 1 second.
If all of them have weird.
Because that's always gonna be like the thing that you gotta take into consideration. I'm not gonna like judge effect works too harshly depending on what the budget is. Like, I'm not going to judge the lightning effect in the arcade death because, well, that's just what lighting effects at this point looked like anyway.
Yeah,
it had a $9 million
like that
budget.
effect because it's just very cheesy and very 80s-y, so I like
Besides, I've seen worse. We've all seen Rocky Horror, right?
Yeah.
The fucking laser gun at the end of Rocky Horror. That shit looks terrible, and I love it.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. That's a movie that's, like, enhanced by terrible effects. But, yeah. I don't know. I don't like any of the characters in this movie. Like, some of them are not hateable, and that's, like, the biggest compliment I can give them.
Gene felt like a very standard, stereotypical 80s hero, and that's about it. He didn't really have much...
Yeah, I don't think his name was Billy or something.
I thought that was the kid's name.
No, I
No.
remember. It's in the credits. Bill is like the
Oh,
main
Bill. Okay,
character's
Bill.
name.
The main character's name is Bill. Then, well, that shows you how much I knew about these characters. I didn't know any other fucking names.
Exactly.
Like Bill is just like the most stereotypical '80s character. The only trait he had was cool guy, and that's about it.
Yep. He and this lady just start having sex randomly. They don't even like have a romantic connection.
I guess we're in love now. Yeah, I reckon we are. Better
Because-
go fuck in the basement.
We're in love because protagonists. So, yeah. Can't just not fall in love.
Chris, did you find what the budget was?
Yes, it was $9 million.
Okay, I'm gonna now look up the budget for some other movies of the time. Let me see what the budget for Friday the 13th was.
Yeah.
The original Friday the 13th was 550,000.
Wow.
Well,
Friday Part 2, 1.25 million. And Part 3 was 2.2 million. I think the most expensive one was Part 8, and that's only because part of it took place in New York.
that makes sense.
Yeah, Friday Part 4 had the same budget as 3, 2.2. Part 5, also 2.2. Jason Lives, 3 million.
I think
we
really
could-
the only good thing to come out of this movie is the fact that AC/DC had some of their best songs in it.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's true, yeah.
Friday
I
Part
mean,
7 was even less, it was 2.8
That
million.
and also a lot of or not a lot, some of the kills were fun.
Okay,
that's
but
about
like the freaking Bible salesman who was running away from a truck that's backing up.
Yeah.
They
I
can't
don't
turn on a
understand.
dime.
Yeah, they make
Yeah.
wide turns. You guys ever drive behind a truck before? I'm sure you have.
Yes.
Especially at that stoplight by Walmart.
Oh man.
I used to
Yeah.
ride in the truck when my dad was a tow truck driver.
Yep.
But I can safely say if you're ever behind a truck that's trying to kill you and they're backing up, literally just like zigzag somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, which they the one lady, the married couple did that eventually after like driving straight for like 10 minutes. Like
I
it
could
took
also
them a
just
while.
drive faster. That was all stupid.
Yeah,
The fact
that
I'm in
would
situation in the first
solve
place.
a lot.
Do we want to go back to the budget conversation? Because the first Elm Street was 1.8 million.
I feel
Yeah.
like a lot of it was just wasted on building the set.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, it did trick people into thinking it was an actual truck stop, too.
It did, yeah, it did feel like it was an actual truck stop, but at the same time, why couldn't they have just filmed at an actual
It
truck
really
stop?
makes you feel like you spent an hour and a half in an actual.
Well, they've had to destroy the truck stop, too, at the end.
That's true. It was worth the destruction, I guess.
It was nice to see that place of boredom destroyed.
It was nice. It's like when the Senate gets destroyed in Revenge of the Sith. It's like, finally. There's only one Senate that
Wait.
matters, and his name is Palpatine.
Okay, yeah.
Well, no, the entirety of Coruscant gets destroyed in Force Awakens.
True. Or no, I think that's a different planet that just looks exactly like Coruscant. Because the sequels didn't want to have anything to do with the prequels, apparently. But I don't know. That's a different discussion. Anyway, though, so yeah, what else happened in this movie? I don't even remember.
Apparently,
I just watched
according
it and I don't
to-
remember.
According to the good old Internet Movie Database, apparently Stephen King had to heavily cut a lot of the actual film because it was going to get an X rating.
Right. Yeah, the MPAA at this time was pretty relentless with horror.
Yeah.
So that's
I
two
mean,
films that I've watched where they had to cut a lot of stuff out.
Yeah, I know.
Otherwise,
Like,
they were going to get an X rating.
I know
Because
Friday the
the
13th
King
Part
cut-
7 is famous for having a lot of cut stuff. Like
Event Horizon had like 30 minutes of its own footage cut, so that way it wouldn't get the same rating.
Yeah, people always like bring up Elm Street Friday Part 7. There's the sleeping bag kill where Jason slams someone against a tree in the sleeping bag.
Oh,
And
yeah,
they just smack him against once. In the original footage, he does like multiple times, just blood gushing out of it. They had to cut a lot of that out.
The nerd brought that up in his Friday the 13th series review.
Yeah. and
Which
they
I thought
never
was
were
pretty
able
funny.
to, and they were never able to recover the actual original negatives for that. It's only like really bad test cam footage you can find now with no sound. Apparently, though, they did find some like lost gore stuff from part 2 recently, and they put it on the new Blu-ray set.
Interesting.
So in the trailer, the guy that gets killed by the arcade machine, where he says "Wow,"
Yeah.
that's not in the movie.
Wow.
Wow.
That was real. That was really gonna lead to an X rating if he did that.
Well, no, they have a lot more on it, but that was one of the
Yeah.
ones that stood out to me.
And like I feel like at a certain point, it gets down to the point where we just have to cut certain frames.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like to go back to like the Elm Street and Friday the 13th stuff in the trailer for Freddy versus Jason. At the end of that, there's a scene where like the main girl character says, "Place your bets." Obviously, that's not in the movie.
Yeah. Still, the one thing I'm amazed with this movie that made it in the final cut was the kid getting steamrolled. Like, that's just, oh my god.
Oh yeah,
I feel like Stephen King probably had to
was
fight him to
horrifying.
keep that in.
yeah, that was one of the. There's more of that scene that got cut.
Did they actually? Oh, did they show the aftermath of it?
It says that there's 3 more seconds of the steamroller running over Bobby.
Okay.
Oh no. Poor
I
Bobby.
feel like it works better when you just like the quick slam right into him. Because if you show too much at that point, they're like, okay, you spoiled that moment. I think it's more
Yeah.
shocking when it's just so sudden like that.
Yeah. Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like they really should have just done more with the concept of machines turning against humans in general instead of just the cars. Because even then, it's mostly
Yeah.
just trucks and stuff. It's not even just regular cars. Because like, there were plenty of normal cars around that truck stop too that just weren't doing anything.
Yeah, it's like so random. Like,
a
why?
world where machines like start killing people in gruesome ways, like every piece of technology would have been very creative and horrifying, as we've seen by the few moments that happens in the movie.
With the
Yeah,
knife,
like,
right?
It would make for it's just a great concept for a horror comedy, but like this movie doesn't go far with those concepts, and it's
Yeah.
not funny. So it's just like,
You could have a
kinda
toaster
waste
just
that
walk into
concept.
someone's bathroom, plug itself in, just jump in the bathtub.
yeah, exactly. That would be amazing. You know what? It's crazy to say because the lady was super annoying, but like more stuff like the "we made you" lady, just like more people like just freaking out and just losing their mind at what was
Yeah.
happening.
Because a lot of the
Just
guys at the
would've
truck
been
stop
nice.
were just all felt like the straight guy. They're just, well,
yeah,
this
they're,
is something
they're
that's
just
happening.
like, well, okay, I guess we're just. Everyone was so boring, and just they're in the middle of this situation where like trucks are circling them and gonna murder them, and they're like, well, I guess we'll just sit here in our gas station and not really care.
If anything, they were more annoyed than anything.
So here's
Yeah.
here's an interesting
This is a
thing that I
mild
found. Apparently,
inconvenience.
the lawnmower that we saw that's drenched in blood, that was apparently there was supposed to be a shot of it sitting on top of somebody.
Oh,
That would make sense, yeah.
Also,
Like-
apparently the Bible salesman was supposed to have a different death entirely.
Oh, what was originally supposed to be?
It says here, the Bible salesman getting attacked by the video player and his buddy who attempts to cut off his face with a straight razor.
oh my god.
Oh,
The two run unseen off with his knife because the Bible salesman screamed, and then apparently his entire face was actually supposed to peel off, showing his
Ooh.
blooded skull when Billy gets to him later.
nice.
Well, that's fun. Fun for the whole family. Oh man.
It's just weird to think that this movie almost got an X rating too, because there really isn't that much gore in this film.
That's true, yeah.
Because like
I
the only
mean-
scenes I really think are that bloody is when the knife comes alive and cuts her up, in the scene with the turret at the end, just shooting everybody. But even then, it's like it just fires off screen. They just have bullet holes in them.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Like I said, it's on the IMDb. The full.
I don't doubt that. It just feels weird to me because like there wasn't that much left over at the end.
Some of them don't make sense. Like
Yeah.
apparently, they cut some of the motorcyclists falling off the bridge. Which I didn't quite get that one. 'Cause what was really going to give that an X rating with that scene?
I guess just
Yeah.
having death in general.
Yeah. Well, I mean, them falling off the bridge doesn't have to mean they're dead. Maybe they just fell in the water. Like, we don't know.
I mean, if you fall high enough into water, it will hurt you and it will kill you.
Yeah, I guess.
If you're high
The
enough.
But like
horror
going back to that
thing-
scene, more things they could have done. Because the bridge opened up on someone. What if they could like have the bridge close on someone and cut them in half?
Yeah.
I feel like that's
Exactly.
probably what they would have done because you get a shot of the gears quite a bit.
Yeah, you'd imagine that would have someone fall in those if you wanted to.
I don't think it's an actual horror movie. I think that was just a marketing thing from Stephen King.
No, I'm gonna
Like-
say he intended it to be a horror movie. He just failed at it.
No, because the first scene in the movie is just an ATM calling someone an asshole.
It's calling Stephen King
Okay.
himself an asshole, so we didn't have to. But no,
I mean, you can start off a joke.
I feel like there was definitely an attempt to do horror in this movie. A very misguided, coke-ridden attempt.
Okay, maybe. Then they gave up, and then trucks circle for.
Okay, so they cut the steamroller kid because his head explodes.
Oh.
Ah.
Good.
Yeah, that's good.
No, I wanted to see the head explode.
Oh.
No thank.
I want to see it
good.
explode twice.
Oh, sure. Okay.
I'm
I want
not-
the Mortal
I'm-
Kombat violence where you punch someone and 5 rib cages fall out.
Yeah. That would be fun.
I mean, I'm fine with that, but then I get uncomfortable if it's happening to a kid.
That's true, yeah.
I mean, we saw a dog get killed because a toy police car got shoved down its throat. That
Yeah,
was in
that-
this movie, may I remind you.
That was a bit absurd. I feel like I don't know how that situation.
Was that like choking? Or
I would imagine that's probably what happened.
Yeah.
maybe it was
I think there was some
electrocution.
blood around its mouth.
Yeah.
It could have broken its jaw.
Perhaps.
What's a plastic gonna do against dog teeth?
I don't
Broke
know.
its jaw. What do you mean?
What's it gonna do to a baby?
How did they get there in the first?
It flew really fast.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the dog just picked it up in its mouth.
I guess the wheels could also like cut up its mouth if it.
Yeah,
goes
maybe
fast
the
enough.
dog picked it up in its mouth and then it came alive and then it just...
We are focusing really hard on the logic of a toy car versus dog.
I mean, yeah,
I mean,
the
I-
movie
I-
raises questions. We need to get
I
those
will
questions
say
answered.
this: there is a I guess you could call it like a mini sequel of sorts
Oh.
to Maximum
Oh, my.
Overdrive.
Oh,
This one, however, is more based on the actual novel and what happens in it. So yes, in this one, only trucks come to life. It's called
Okay.
Trucks. I watched it
Trucks.
many years ago on Comcast, and the whole toy car scene made me remember this. There's a scene involving a little toy RC dump truck that kills a mailman.
How?
It bashes his head in.
How?
How did it reach his head? Did it just shoot
It
out?
knocks him. It knocks him over because he's like standing on a curb almost. So it knocks him off the curb.
And then like
And
the
it
dump truck
starts
part like
immediately
goes up
bashing
and
his
down.
fall in.
Okay.
I don't think a dump truck can break through someone's skull. I mean,
You'd be surprised.
falling off the curb.
Patrick, a man can't come back to life and haunt your dreams and kill you in your dreams either.
Yep.
What?
It's horror logic.
It's a movie, Patrick.
I think you missed the
Yeah.
point where I said it's an RC controlled dump truck.
Yeah.
The
No, there's some-
RC
Good
cars are a little
RC
heavy.
cars are usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to stick one of those in my mouth.
Oh man. A Bowser amiibo coming alive and shoving itself into people's mouths.
Oh no.
I think it would just cut you up. It just use its claws.
Exactly.
Toy
Yeah.
Story.
You could have done R-rated Toy Story with this. I mean, okay, Child's Play
Toy
is coming out soonish.
Toy
around
Story
when was the
technically
first
didn't-
Child's Play.
It wasn't a thing yet.
Yeah,
But
I'm
still,
looking up.
make it a thing. Beat Pixar at their own game.
Okay, well, they did beat Child's Play out to their game. Well, they would have if they did that.
Yeah.
Because the first Child's Play was 1988. Also had the same budget of $9 million.
What do you know? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have much else to say about this movie.
Oh,
It's just
well,
very
I
disappointing,
have to say,
but also so
We
bad
could
it's kind of
mention-
good.
Okay, random things killing people, even though I think in real life, a human could take a toy car. Let's just say it's movie logic. What's the logic behind characters' actions, like alien space or demon trucks? Why are they just circling a gas station?
I don't know. I'm not an alien.
Yeah.
I think it's a tie into the actual short novel. That's a big thing that happens in the novel.
I mean,
Yep.
the way I can see the logic is you have them circle around so they can't leave because the moment they would, one of the trucks would just like fly right at them.
Obviously.
Yeah,
'Cause
they
you
why
would
were-
not
just-
Why not smash the building and kill all the humans?
Because they needed the fuel.
Yeah.
Well, here, okay, Patrick, a car can crash into a building, yes, but then the car gets totaled. If you use the actual bulldozer to do it, the bulldozer is built to do that.
True.
Um,
I don't know. I
So-
have many
okay.
questions.
Were they just circling around the gas station to keep the humans in because they knew they were going to need humans to refuel them,
Yes.
Yes.
and they had to wait for the gun to get there?
What? I mean, they could have done it without the gun. I think they just run them over if they don't.
The gun's just more
Why?
intimidating.
Yeah.
No.
Well,
Why'd
what's
they
more
wa-
intimidating than Green Goblin car, though?
Why'd they
A
wait
gun.
so long to send
Oh.
Morse code through car beeps?
Yeah. Why did they wait so long?
Why not
They weren't
just
hungry
the
yet.
aliens just come down on their own?
Yeah, can we
Your
talk about that
business.
part? How at the very end of the
Yeah.
movie explains that there was a fucking UFO above Earth, and then the Russians came and destroyed it with a nuclear missile.
Yeah.
Can we see that movie?
That's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad we got to watch trucks for an hour and a half.
Like
That
this
was-
is the one random cutaway scene in the first act of the movie. The rest of the movie should have been over there.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
If only.
If they ever remake the movie, because Hollywood's on a thing of remaking random movies, they just
Especially
need to
Stephen
show
King.
the UFO getting destroyed.
Yeah.
No,
It's
they
re-
need to
They need
not
to just not.
have the movie take place at the gas station.
Yeah.
You know,
Just reimagine it.
I know you're saying that as a joke, but to be fair, there has been a lot of random Stephen King stuff the past couple years.
That
Because
is true, actually.
there was It 2017, there was a Pet Cemetery remake, there was In the Tall Grass and Gerald's Game on Netflix.
There
did-
was,
did-
like
did
Dr.
any-
Sleep.
Yeah, Doctor Sleep. Was there anything with Misery recently? I feel it was like a TV series or something. I feel like I feel like they did something with Misery recently. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
They
forget.
honestly they could do something with this.
They really could.
There is
I don't
They
know
just-
if I want that, but yeah.
Either
is
that or make it
something
like a
called-
one-episode special of something, and it's just the UFO getting destroyed.
There
Yeah,
is something
that's the entire episode. That's right.
there is something
It's a
called Misery. It's called Maximum Overdrive.
Ooh.
Da da
got
da da
him.
da.
Got him. Yeah, I don't know. Anyone else have any thoughts about Maximum Overdrive?
It was
I
just
mean-
as bad as I remember it being.
Yep. But that's what was great about it.
I mean, I got basically what I expected.
Excellent. I was happy to revisit it, and now I can go another 10 years of my life without revisiting it. So, yes.
I feel like I'm probably the more.
You heard him
the
here
most-
first, folks. 2030, we're gonna revisit Maximum Overdrive.
Oh boy.
All right, Chris. I mean, James. Better or
Yeah.
worse than Cats?
I want to say, I don't know. I feel like I got more ironic enjoyment from Cats They're about the same level of quality, but
Really? Did you? Because I remember when we saw it was like, there was the one funny scene and the rest was boring.
Well, in hindsight, I just think Cats is so hilariously incompetent that it's like, and this one was just sitting at a gas station for an hour and a half.
I
At
don't
least
think it's
with
really
Cats,
had any funny scene.
at least with Cats, it's a variety of just nonsense. Even though there was just the one scene in Cats that was just.
I don't know. I feel like with
horrifying.
Cats, it was like way too front loaded and then back loaded. Here, I felt like there was more like wacky goof off throughout.
I mean, Judi Dench did talk directly to the camera and explain why a cat is not a dog. So,
And that's how they ended the movie.
I mean, you can't top that.
All right, but James, will this change the scales if I tell you that there is a version of Cats that exists with buttholes?
Oh, that's right, the butthole cut. You're
fuck.
right. Okay, well, no, the butthole cut is an automatic 10 out of 10. So, like, you know,
I want to see the cut where we actually get to see Idris Elba's bulge.
exactly. I want to see Jason Derulo's penis already. Just show it.
I mean,
You're
you'll probably
hiding
find on the
it.
internet some of it look hard enough.
Oh yeah, well, not like that. I meant his cat penis.
Again, you can probably find it if you look hard enough.
My cat ain't gonna milk itself.
Oh damn.
Can you milk a cat?
So true. Such wise words.
Okay, James. Maximum Overdrive or Lion King 2019?
Maximum Overdrive. Thank
There
you.
we go.
Tri-state area.
Hey, what about Aladdin?
No, Aladdin is a little better.
Maximum Overdrive,
Okay.
Artemis
I
Fowl.
refuse to believe you would say that that Maximum Overdrive is worse than the Aladdin live-action remake with Will Smith.
It had some merits. It wasn't
That
the
had
worst.
nothing going for it.
Will Smith is a Will Smith.
Literally,
He's a
the only
Will
thing you could say is we had Will Smith be the genie.
Yeah, I mean
And that's better than
enough.
anything this movie.
Yeah,
covers.
exactly. What did this movie have? It had.
Maximum
It had a Green Goblin truck.
Yeah, okay, but.
It had a Russian weather satellite destroying a UFO.
No,
yeah,
it didn't.
Green
It
Goblin
didn't
truck
have
is
the
over.
Russian
Okay, yeah,
weather
it totally
satellite.
didn't. But this
It's
did
just-
have Bazooka Joe firing at the trucks with the actual rocket launcher.
I mean, that was.
Also, you're
that
forgetting
was-
the airplane killing a bunch of school kids.
Yeah, that,
We did
that-
again. We did not see that. All the cool stuff we did not see in this movie. So, like, you
The
know.
kid just goes
Shit,
on
at
his
this
bike,
point, they ran
seeing
out of
all
money in the
the
budget.
very creative deaths that we didn't get to see.
Exactly. So, you know, fuck this movie. Could have done better.
well, that's what I was saying. I wouldn't mind if they did a remake if they actually made it good.
Exactly.
Steven,
don't want-
you listen to this, hire me, man.
Well, I don't
man.
want Maximum Overdrive. Cars are not interesting. Or trucks.
That's why you play up the more machine angle. You could just
Yeah.
like even at a gas station, you could probably find more wacky bullshit to kill people with, like vending machines. We had that. The coolers, you could probably do something cool there, like get someone locked in one and just freeze.
Yeah. They get
Like-
cryogenically frozen.
The cash register could like hits on enough to knock them over and then just close on their head.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could do some cool stuff even with a limited set. You just gotta be creative. That was the
Yeah.
point me bringing up like the budgets earlier, because you watch like the first Elm Street. There's the scene where Johnny Depp's character gets sucked into the bed and just a geyser of blood pours out of it.
Yeah. We needed more geysers of blood.
The jail scene with the guys in lockdown, where the bed sheets tie themselves together and hang him like a noose. Like you can do cool stuff on a limited budget, especially in horror. So like you could easily find stuff to do here in a gas station setting.
I thought that when they messed with the lights, I thought that someone was gonna get chopped up by the ceiling fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do something like that even.
If only. If only.
The tow truck scene, you could have had the tow truck hang somebody.
Yeah, that's what I even brought that up. Like, yeah, like I thought for sure it was gonna like jam it through his like skull or chin and just hang him, and there would just be Lisa
Revenge.
Simpson on her own.
Revenge of Tow Mater.
Oh yeah, do we even mention the fact that Yardley Smith was in this movie?
Who?
Lisa
The
Simpson.
voice actor of Lisa
Oh, yeah.
Simpson.
Lisa
2
the
years
Sim-
before the Simpsons, 3 years before the Simpsons.
Oh wow, look at that.
Well,
Actually, no, the Tracy Ullman show was 1988. Okay, 2 years.
Yep.
That's one of the trivia things is that she brought it up that she was going to be working on something called The Simpsons.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. I doubt The Simpsons will be as memorable and beloved as Maximum Overdrive, however.
In The Simpsons...
Maybe modern Simpsons.
If The Simpsons had released before this movie, she wouldn't be in it because who would want to be in this after... I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. That's what Maximum Overdrive does to your brain.
Are you trying to do a Mr. Plinkett impression?
I don't know, I guess.
This was the most disappointing podcast I've ever been on, aside from my sons.
Maximum Overdrive just destroyed your brain entirely.
But boy, I do love cots and would like some pizza rolls.
Okay.
Are you suggesting we boycott the reboot of Maximum Overdrive?
Well, we need to greenlight it first so we can boycott it.
Exactly. Just despite Steven.
If they make a Kickstarter, I will pour all my heart.
I think we should just remake Maximum Overdrive ourselves. Like we know its problems, we can do it.
We are going to boycott the remake and create the remake. We are going to be Palpatine.
Yes, we're gonna play both sides.
Director.
Yes, indeed. Unlimited power. All right. Anyone else have anything to say about the iconic cinematic achievement, Maximum Overdrive?
This was
okay, I guess.
The only film he ever directed.
I can tell.
What a way to go out and start.
What a way
Christine was better.
Your only movie and then immediately decide I'm never directing movies again.
Yeah, I would do that too if I made this.
I think did he do the Shining miniseries after this though?
I think so.
Because I'd imagine he probably did TV after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but TV is not really. I mean, the only thing you can say is major TV film.
TV show come out in like '87 too.
Sounds about right.
Hit TV special.
Yeah.
What was his involvement with the It TV miniseries again?
He was definitely involved. That's as far as I know.
He wasn't. He did not direct.
You just cut out.
He
did not direct it. It was Tommy Lee Wallace.
Okay, yeah. What did Stephen King do based on?
Yeah.
Do you remember when there was the Shining reference in Mario Sunshine?
No.
What one of the Chucksters were to make a joke about? Here's Chucky.
No, the Phantom Manta is a reference to the Shining novel.
Oh.
It's been a while since I read the novel. I don't remember.
I mean, it's outside a hotel, so I guess.
Possibly.
That just seems like such a random reference to make.
Hit film Ready Player One referenced The Shining.
Oh my god.
What?
That's epic. That's so epic.
Fortnite gamer.
I
still haven't seen Ready Player One. I don't know if I care enough to.
I never will.
All I know is that they didn't put Ultraman in it, so fuck that.
That reminds me of the question, James.
What?
Maximum Overdrive or Artemis Fowl?
Are you kidding? Maximum Overdrive. Come on. I would watch Maximum Overdrive every day of my life before I had to watch Artemis Fowl once. Okay.
Is Artemis Fowl the worst movie you've ever seen at this point?
I think, yes.
Wait,
you know what?
Worse than Cars 2?
Oh yeah, it's worse than Cars 2. It's probably the most hateable movie I've ever watched of all time. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that it's just the worst adaptation I've ever seen. Like, Maximum Overdrive is a masterpiece of an adaptation compared to Artemis Fowl. I just don't even get me started. I don't even want to even think about it.
Yeah, if we get them started, it might become an hour-long review.
Yeah, no, this podcast will just become a complete Artemis Fowl rant video.
Aren't you actually working on a video for Artemis Fowl?
Yeah, but honestly, the movie is so draining that the video has just been put on hold compared to other stuff because it's so hard to get through because it's so infuriating. I hate it so much. Oh my god. Anyway, though.
Good thing you didn't spend money on it.
Yeah.
Mulan or Artemis Fowl?
Oh, wait, no. Mulan is better than Artemis Fowl. I said that.
Yo, you almost slipped.
Yeah, I don't know.
But really, Mulan versus Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive. This is easy. Come on.
Minions versus Maximum Overdrive.
Maximum Overdrive.
I'd probably take Minions, to be honest.
Oof.
Wow.
Damn.
Nah, I'd still take Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a true battle of equals.
Okay.
Cars versus Maximum Overdrive.
Cars.
Cars.
Yeah, which cars are you
So
talking
close.
about?
Just Cars.
Yeah, Cars.
If
Cars
it's the
is
original movie,
fine.
Cars is gonna win every time.
Yeah, Cars is a fine movie. It's not.
If it's Cars
Great.
2, I'm gonna go with Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah, agreed.
I'd probably say that exclusively for the AC/DC.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with AC/DC.
Did they just only do like licensed tracks and stuff, or did they also do like the actual score for the movie? Because I did notice that a lot of the background music playing just had guitars in it. So,
What,
yeah.
AC/DC?
Yeah, did they just score the movie in and of itself?
Yeah, no, they did the entire soundtrack.
Okay, so they even scored. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I feel like it fit enough. It's just that I know that like a lot of like rock is very intertwined with horror, but like you can't really play rock when you're trying to scare people either. It has to be
And I
like
will
at
say
the
the
side
placement
scenes.
Kind of felt forced for a lot of it.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
really feel like I don't think I agree with that part, but it's just like it doesn't really help with the horror vibe. Because like you can absolutely have rock music in a horror movie, but when you're actually trying to do the scenes that are scary, that's when you gotta put like the strings in there and let the ambience take over.
Yeah.
Like you don't play Rob Zombie or Alice Cooper at the scene where Jason's about to like slice your throat in half. You play the scene before then to set a mood, and then Jason barges in and kills you.
Anyway, though. Okay, so, any last thoughts? I feel like we've said everything about the movie. And anything else? Any other dying thoughts about Stephen King's magnum opus? It would seem not.
I just want to point out the part of the cameo in It Chapter 2 where he just goes like, I liked it, but the ending sucked though. That was a good cameo. His cameo in this was good too. He just gets called an asshole by an ATM.
I agreed. Again, you know,
He was the first character in the
wasn't gonna
movie.
say it. Yep. Of course he was. Anyway, yep. I guess that's about it. So,
Wait.
what?
So if that was Stephen King, then why did you call him Dwight Schrute at the
He looked like Dwight Schrute.
That
What
was
are
a
you
joke.
talking about? Yeah, Patrick. Okay, that's about it, everybody. Thanks.
Dwight would survive this truck apocalypse.
Sure. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy it. Merry
Wait.
Halloween.
Wait,
What?
if they actually used cars and not just trucks, then you could really call this a Carmageddon.
Okay, Patrick, I'm gonna make you watch Christine now.
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
thanks.
no, that's it.
Patrick.
Next movie we watch is Christine.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll drop the Blu-ray off at your house tomorrow. It's fine.
Yep, it's happening. I will
What's
force
a
you.
Christine?
You
Huh?
don't want to know.
Okay, do you remember the regular show episode with Hello Governor?
Yes.
That was a parody of Christine.
If Cars was a horror movie.
Hello, Governor.
Hey. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Merry Halloween, miss. Goodbye.
Have a good one, y'all.
Watch Maximum Overdrive, maybe, or don't. I'm
Don't
not your
watch
dad. Whatever.
Yes,
Don't.
I can safely
Please.
say watch Maximum Overdrive as the ending to this episode.
Yes, possibly. Bye.
Bye.